Hello, this is Freestyle Qigong for life energy cultivation. It combines gentle stretching, gentle strengthening, and breathing. And try any or all of this at your own risk. You're welcome to either utilize the principles or try to mirror me. Ideally, you could see me from head to toe, but that's not the current setup. So I will proceed. I may talk a little bit while I do this, but basically the goal of this, in my opinion, is health and wellness, and to simply feel good. So if you are gently stretching, gently strengthening, and deep breathing, those combined, in my opinion, are good for the body and good for health. Like I said, try any or all this at your own risk. Like I said, ideally, you'd be able to see you from head to toe. That's just not the case. But I can tell you, like for example, right now, I'm rising off the ground, so the heel of my foot is off the ground, and coming back down. Now, if I was another 100 or 200 pounds heavier, I would definitely be overweight. I'm fairly pleased with my weight right now, my height and weight combination. I would like to get a little more muscle and basically decrease my body fat percentage some, but I'm fairly happy with where I'm at for the most part. But for example, if I was another 100 or 200 pounds heavier, then, well, chances are I'm not being active enough and probably eating too much not good stuff. So I will say, let's say I was another 20 or 30 pounds heavier than I wanted to be. I would be burning more calories doing this than if I was sitting watching some sort of streaming media. My understanding is that humans, we burn the least amount of calories laying down. Then just sitting up, we burn a little more. Standing, we burn a little more. And then walking or running or so forth, we burn even more. So, and this is definitely not an ideal setup. And also I've not done as much Qigong as I have in the past. And again, this is sort of freestyle in the sense of traditional Qigong. There are sort of set forms, but and at one point I was jokingly referring to this as American freestyle Qigong. It's sort of a satire or parody of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because you take something and you make it your own and then you just say, oh, we're Brazilian, so it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I find that a little amusing, but more power to them, whatever. But we don't say I do Russian Judo or not like as, our brand. I'm not American Judo or Russian Judo. So anyway, but we'll call this freestyle Qigong because it's not exactly traditional Qigong in the sense of I'm doing a set form a certain number of times, but I'm using the principles of Qigong, gentle stretching, gentle strengthening, and deep breathing. And mostly just doing whatever my body says is going to feel good at the exact moment. So again, I could just be sitting on a couch somewhere eating potato chips, but instead I'm doing this right now. Right now, I'm doing this for you, and I'm doing this for me, because, if you are trying to be more active and this inspires you, that makes me very happy. And also, again, right now I could just be sitting somewhere eating potato chips, but I'm doing this instead, and it feels good. It feels good to do this. And if you could see me head to toe, I would probably be doing more things that would involve the whole body. But because you can only see my upper body, I'm doing other things. But I will say, like right now, I have my right leg, it's the ball of the foot and the toes are off the ground, as sort of like this, and the heel's on the ground. This other leg, my left leg, is bent some, so I'm gently strengthening the left leg. And if I lean forward, I'm getting a stretch. Now I switch. Now my left leg is mostly straight with my toes and ball of the foot off the ground and my heel on the ground. The leg is mostly straight. The right leg is bent. I'm getting a gentle strengthening, and then gentle stretching. So again, I wish you could see me from head to toe here, but unfortunately, that's just not the current setup. I gotta say, I also love stretching. And this is not exactly traditional Qigong, hence the word freestyle. And if we want to throw a little satire in there, it's American freestyle Qigong. Okay. Okay. Oh. But I would definitely say that what I'm doing now is more than just pure stretching, because I'm adding the gentle movement, which leads to the gentle strengthening and stretching. I would say this is more like Qigong than pure stretching, but it's not really pure stretching either. Hence, this American freestyle Qigong, I will jokingly say. This is almost like a meditation, except I would not say there's a particularly religious. You could almost say, I would almost say that you could say, I would almost say that I might say that I try personally to incorporate a spiritual element into this. And again, I'm not preaching any religion here. I don't care what, you do your own thing. If you're Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, whatever, more power to you, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. But, with my own sort of spiritual component of this, which I guess you could say, definitely draw from Aikido. I have practiced that for periods of my life. But the spiritual component for me personally, you can take this or leave this, it's up to you, whatever, is just the fact that we're an energetic being made of mostly water, really. So hydrogen and oxygen, which is made up of protons, electrons, and neutrons. At least oxygen. And hydrogen, I can't remember exactly, it's sort of the exception. It's like either a proton and a neutron, or a neutron and a proton, or an electron and a something, I can't remember. But at least the oxygen part, so we're made up of matter that vibrates, that is energy. What is spirit? What is ki or chi? I think that's a great question to ponder. I've been doing this for almost 9 minutes now. And again, to think, what? I've been wasting my time doing this when I just could have been sitting on a couch somewhere, eating high-fat food, or drinking, high fructose corn syrup. Flavored high fructose corn syrup, mind you. No, but I am glad I'm doing this. I'm being mostly tongue-in-cheek. But it's true, I could have just, instead of spending the last 9 minutes of my life on Earth doing this, I could have just been sitting somewhere doing nothing, just eating delicious, salty, fatty food, sugary, salty, fatty food. Oh. And I almost said this at the beginning, but I'm going to say it now. So life energy cultivation. You know, my understanding is that Qigong translates to life energy cultivation. And you know, just like a garden, if you have a garden and you don't water it, or you know, pollute it, it's probably going to die. But if you nurture it and take care of it, you know, you weed it, you give maybe some organic fertilizers into it, you water it, you take care of it, it has the potential to grow and produce, you know, wonderful fruits or vegetables or so on and so forth. So, you know, that's sort of a metaphor for Qigong, you know, life energy cultivation. You know, again, instead of sitting on the couch and eating, you know, potato chips and soda, I'm here breathing. And gently stretching and gently strengthening. Now, I must admit, I don't always do this, but usually after I do, I feel good. I feel a little bit lighter. I feel a little bit more energized. I just feel a little bit nicer. But again, I don't think, ultimately, I think this can be done from a totally secular sort of, you know, I mentioned spirituality a few minutes ago. I think this can be done, you know, Qigong or, you know, whatever, can be done from a totally, or Aikido, can be done from a totally secular perspective, and I think you can still benefit greatly. And I'm not going to talk about Aikido, that's a whole different arena, but, you know, with Qigong, I think it can be done from a totally secular perspective, and I think you'll still get the benefits, whether you think of it as anything that's at all beyond the physicality of it. You know, just physiologically, I think there's benefits to doing all this. But that's just my own opinion, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, watch my other videos, visit my websites, and have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whenever and wherever you may be.